Okay, so today I'm going to talk about how to organize your web browser and web pages. So, just some table of contents. We're going to be discussing bookmarks, favorites, history, reading list, browser extensions, and tabs and windows. So, first, we're going to go over bookmarks. So, what are bookmarks? Bookmark is a web browser feature used to save a website's URL address for future reference. And why should you use them? It definitely saves a lot of user and browser time and is very useful for web pages with long URL addresses or when you need to access a specific part of a website that might not be on the homepage of the site. Where to find bookmarks? So I'm going to use two main browsers, so Google Chrome and Safari. So on Google Chrome, there is a star symbol on the right side of the search bar that you can click. And then on Safari, there's a square with an arrow symbol on the top right of your browser screen. So I'm going to go over how to add a bookmark on Google Chrome. So the first step is to click the star icon. It should look something like this over here. A menu will pop up that allows you to name the bookmark and to choose which folder it belongs to. By clicking more in the drop-down menu, you can actually get an overview of all your bookmark folders and have the option to make a new one. So as you can see here, I have one for German, I have book websites, and a bunch of other folders that I use. So yeah. Now, to access all your bookmarks, there's something called a bookmark manager on Google Chrome. And for step one, you have to click the three dots on the top right of your screen and hover over the bookmarks drop menu. And then just drag your mouse over and click Bookmark Manager in this drop down menu here. And then another tab will open that will allow you to organize your bookmarks and rename and edit and reorder them however you like, as well as delete any ones that you're not using anymore. So you can do this by clicking the three dots beside each individual bookmark. And yeah, basically how you edit, you rename, you reorder. And that's where you can find all your bookmarks. You can even search at the top if you happen to lose a name of the bookmark. And that is for Google Chrome, at least. Now for Safari. Now Safari is a little bit different because it's only powered by Apple products. So it's a little bit different compared to Google Chrome. The first thing is to click the square with the arrow that I mentioned before on the top right of your Safari browser. And you have to change this page add this page to bookmarks instead of favorites, and then click the blue add button to add your bookmark. You can also add a description if you'd like. So in this example, I'm just using Google, and you can add whatever you like to describe the bookmark. Next is where to find saved bookmarks on Safari. So on every Safari page or window, there is a sidebar icon that is right beside the three dots on the left of your screen. You just click that sidebar icon and a side menu will pop up and your bookmarks will be right under this favorites title right here. So as I said before, I'm using Google as an example, and Google is right under my favorites. So that's where you can find your bookmarks very easy, very quickly. Okay, and how to access the bookmark manager on Safari. So with Apple products, they have this drop-down menu that is a white bar at the top of the screen, and you can see right here. And all you have to do is find bookmarks on that white bar at the top of your screen and drag your mouse down, and you can just click Edit Bookmarks. And it will bring you to your bookmark manager, very similar to the one on Google Chrome. In the bookmark manager, very similar to the one on Google Chrome, you can manage your bookmarks, create new folders, and edit, delete, or rename bookmarks by right-clicking on each one. So if I were to right-click on this Google one right here, I would have the option to edit, delete, or rename. And we also have a past webinar in the past that goes over bookmarks and shortcuts. And if you're interested, we could always give you the link and you can go more into depth with that. So now we're going to go over favorites. Favorites are a very specific feature. It is only found on Safari, so only Apple products. So it is a feature that lets you visit your most loved websites with a tap or a click. Your favorites will show up when you open Safari, a new tab, or a new window. So how to add a favorite. So you just click the square with the arrow icon on the top right of your Safari browser. Looks something like that. And you click bookmark on the little drop-down menu that shows up. And the last step is you add this page to the favorites, and then add or rename it to your liking. And you can also add a description like the bookmark I mentioned before. Now, where to find saved favorites. So on every Safari browser or every Safari window, there is this plus icon that's right beside the arrow with the square. If you click that plus icon, it will open a new page or a new tab, and all of your favorites will appear. And you can just click the one you would like to open. So obviously here you see a bunch of my favorites like Netflix and YouTube. But for the demo, obviously, I use Google, and you can see that it pops up right after my other ones. Very similar to Bookmarks, just a more accessible way. So now I'm going to go over history. So what is history? Internet history, also known as browsing history or web history, is a feature found in all internet browsers. It is a record of the addresses of the websites you have recently visited and data associated with those websites. How to access history on Google Chrome. Again, click the three dots in the top right corner of your Chrome browser. And on the drop-down menu that shows up, go to the fourth option and it should be history. And you just click that. It should open a new tab and look something like this. So there are many things you can do in this history type of history manager, you can say. So on the left, you can clear your browser history. You can clear it from 5 weeks ago. You can clear it from a variety of time ranges. And then you can also select certain websites to remove them from your history by clicking on the check boxes beside each website on the left. Now, how to access history on Safari. On Apple products, there is a white bar at the top of your screen that's called the Mac main menu. All you have to do is find the history tab, which should be right beside bookmarks. And if you hover your mouse over it and you click it, and the first option should be show all history. So all you have to do is click that, and again, another pop-up will, or another page will open. It looks something like this. So again, to clear history, there's a button on the top right side of your screen. It's right beside the search bar. And you can click the arrows next to the specific day you want to visit, and you can right click on the website you want to clear or to remove from your history. So as you can see, it takes every day you've been on your computer, and it kind of shows how many items you've looked at, how many websites you've looked at. You can go per day and remove or edit or however you want to do. You can remove. I have like 41 items on one day, so you can always just remove whenever you like, or copy or open a new window just to revisit those websites that you have previously visited. Now I'm going to go over reading list, which is a place to save web browser pages to read later. So how to add to reading list on Google Chrome. So you go to the website you want to save. So in this case, it is Google. And you click on the star on the right side of the search bar, the one at the very top right. Now this little pop-up should open, and instead of edit bookmark, the second option should be add to reading list. Once you've successfully added a web page to it, will show on the top right of your screen the reading list icon, or reading list like tab or whatever. and there should be an orange circle on it. Just once you've successfully added it, just so you know that there's something there for you to read. Now, how to access reading list. So the first step is to click the reading list on the top right of your Chrome browser. So it's under the three dots that we've used before, and select the website you want to view on the drop-down menu. So this is what the drop-down menu would look like. Once you've read the page, you can click on the check mark over here to check it off your list, or you can click the X to remove it from your list. Now, how to add to reading list on Safari. So first, you go to the square with the arrow located on the top right of your Safari browser. Then you have to select Add to Reading List on the drop-down menu, which should be the first option in that drop-down menu. Now, how to access reading lists on Safari. The first step is to click the sidebar icon that we used before, that is located on the top left of your Safari browser. Then it should open this drop-down menu here. You have to click the glasses icon that's on the right side of the sidebar menu, and all of your reading list websites will appear. So as I'm using Google as an example, I click the little glasses icon and all your reading list websites should be right under. Next, we're going to go over browser extensions such as Google Chrome Web Store and the App Store. So what are browser extensions? A browser extension is a small software module for customizing a web browser. Browsers typically allow a variety of extensions, including user interface modifications, ad blocking, and cookie management. And there is also another webinar that we had in the past that talks about browser extensions. So we can always link that in the chat below if you want to learn more about that. How to access Google Web Store. So Google Web Store is an online store for Chrome web browser. As of 2019, CWS hosts about 190,000 extensions and web apps. So the first step is to obviously search up in the search bar Google Chrome Web Store and click the first result, as you can see on the image on the right. The next is to browse through the web store by typing in the search bar on the left. You can either search on the search bar, or you can go to this categories section here and filter through what you want to see. So there is like different types of games and different types of extensions that you can add and make your user interface very appealing and very nice to look at, I guess. And next is how to download extensions on Safari. So the first thing to do is click on the Safari title on your main Mac menu, so the white bar at the top of your screen. And the second option will be Safari extension. So click that, and this will open your App Store application that you see here at the bottom. So on the App Store, you can search through extensions by typing in the search bar, which is on the left side of your screen. And once you find an extension, you can click the white Get button to download the application. And for this one, we're going to talk about tabs in Windows, so how to add and delete tabs in Windows. So how to add a window on Google Chrome. So first step is to click the three dots on the top right of your Chrome browser. Then once the drop-down menu pops up, select second option, which is New Window. And obviously a new window should pop up. How to add a window on Safari is a little bit different. So on the main menu bar, which is the white bar at the top of your screen, you click File. That should be next to Safari, this third option from the left. And the first option should be on the drop-down list, New Window. How to delete a window is pretty much standard for all browsers. It's usually a red X of some sort. So on a Mac, you click the red X circle on the top left of your window to close. So it kind of looks like traffic lights. The red is obviously to close, the yellow is to minimize, and the green is to maximize your screen. So it's usually a red X of some sort. And on a Microsoft computer, you click the red X square on the top right corner of your browser window to close. So the main difference is obviously the shape of the button. So it's always red of some sort. but in this case on a Mac, it's on the left, and for Microsoft, it's on the right side. Next is how to add and delete a tab on Google Chrome. So to add a tab, you click the plus symbol located next to the tab to open a new one. This one right here. And then to delete, you click the X on the selected tab you want to delete. It's pretty self-explanatory. The symbols are pretty straightforward. So plus to add and X to delete. And on Safari, it's basically the same thing. So to add, you click the plus symbol that is located at the top right corner of your browser window. And then to delete, you go to the tab you want to delete and you hover your mouse over that title and click the X that is located on the left side of the title. It looks something like this over here. So now I'm going to do a live demonstration of practically the 3 most important things that I can take away from this presentation. So first, I'm going to go over show how to add and delete a tab. I'm just going to use the tabs I have open right now. So for example, I have a settings tab open. Now, right beside the title of settings, there is the X button right here that you can click to delete it, and it's gone. All you have to do is click the X button, the X symbol, and the tab will be deleted. Now, to add a tab, right next to the X symbol, there is a plus symbol. And just click that. And as you hover over it, you can see that it says new tab, just to make sure that everything's in check. And once you open that tab, it's a new interface, everything's new, and yeah, it's a fresh start. That's how to add and delete. It's usually at the top of your screen, and it's pretty straightforward with the symbols. It's pretty generic. They always use an X or a plus of some sort. Next, I'm going to talk about history. I'm just going to show you how to access history again. So if you go to the top right of your screen, there's 3 dots here. Just click that. And if you go down, the 4th option, you can click history. And once you click that, a new tab will open. And you can see that I was on Zoom, logging in, different types of school stuff. And this is for today, at least. You can see that it says today, Friday, August 13th. But you can also go to the day before by scrolling down. And on the left here, as I mentioned before, there is clear browser data. So if you click that, it opens your Google Chrome settings. And you can change the time range. So you can clear your browser for all time in the last 4 weeks, last 7 days, last 24 hours, or in the last hour. I find that if you do this often enough, your computer will be faster. So it's kind of good to have this knowledge, I guess. And if I, sorry, I'll just go back to history here. You can clear the browser data. If you happen to forget the website that you want to go back to, you can also always search in the search bar. Just put in any type of keyword or word to find it. And that's pretty much history. And then you can also click the check boxes on the left to delete them. If I'm selecting all these 5 that I want to delete, in the top right, there should be a cancel and delete option. And if I press delete and remove, those items are gone from my history and it saves some space. So that is history. And then the last one is favorites. So if you go to your search bar and pressing Google, again, at the top right, there is a star icon right here that you can click. So you click that and the little drop down menu that pops up, on it, click add bookmark. And you can see that it says bookmark added. I can rename it however I want. I can also change the folder it belongs to. So I have a bunch of other folders here that I can choose. And if you click the more button, you can actually manage your types of your folder. So as I said before, you can click more and you can manage your types of folders that you have. So as I said before, I have like German and book websites in the other bookmarks segment. And then you have your bookmarks bar. And you can always add a new folder if you'd like. So for example, if I want to save a website on dogs, and I click dogs and I do a quick search, just pick any website you'd like to save. So if I go to the Wikipedia page, for example, click that. And this star icon will be there forever, so it won't move or anything. Bookmark this tab, click the star icon, click add bookmark, and I can rename it however I want. So I can name it dog information, and I can pick the folder I want it to go. So I want to go to other bookmarks. And once I'm satisfied with that, I click done, and my bookmark is saved. And you can also tell that it went through if the star icon has turned blue. That's how you know you successfully added it to your bookmarks. And then again, to access it, you can go to the 3 dots on the right, scroll down to bookmarks, and go to bookmark manager. This should open another tab. And if I go under other bookmarks, you can see that dog information is there along with a couple other folders I had before. So that's pretty much the live demo of the 3 main things that I think are the most important. And yeah, that's all for this presentation. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you took something from this. And yeah, if you want to learn more about bookmarks, there's another webinar for that, as well as for Chrome extensions. Thank you so much.